13 team members from Florida and Georgia traveled to La Ceiba, Honduras, June 26, 2026, for a full week of ministry. On our first day, we boarded the bus and went, laden down with bags of food, into a neighborhood, going door to door, praying with each member of the family. In one home, several families gathered because it was too difficult to climb the hill to their homes. In that one home, there was a young girl whose mother had died 20 days earlier, one mother who had a miscarriage 2 months earlier, an elderly woman whose leg was infected and wrapped in bandages and unable to walk, and an elderly man who was in much pain. Our hearts broke for each one as we prayed for God's power to heal, comfort, and restore. In another home, a young mother, paralyzed from the waist down, was lying in a hammock holding her 6-month-old baby. The women prayed for her while the men prayed for the 2 men in the home. God was present and we felt Him working on their behalf. We are believing for good reports. On Sunday, our outreach was to about 60 women at the Whitefields compound. Beautiful worship, a message about the joy of the Lord, a craft, shopping for a dress from the abundance of clothing donated, and then each family blessed with food bags. What an amazing time it was to fellowship and love on our sisters. At the same time, our male team members painted a fence surrounding the local school. Sunday evening, we worshiped with the congregation of Philadelphia Church. David brought the message about qualifications to be used of God along with part of his personal testimony, and a team member shared a beautiful dance highlighting the battle belongs to the Lord. The next day was ladies' ministry, children's ministry, and a medical clinic, a cacao. Worship with our sisters, a craft, dresses, and food bags blessed about 40 families. 100 children joined in songs, a story about David and God keeping him from fearing King Saul, candy all around, and of course, games. A medical clinic was set up and 5 of our team members tended to about 115 people, dispensing pain medication and much prayer. What a glorious day. Villanuria School was our next outreach. With about 90 children, we sang, taught English and math, and played games. Toothbrushes, toothpaste, and candy were given to each child, and an abundance of school supplies and food bags were given to each teacher. A medical clinic was set up for about 100 patients who received pain medications and much prayer. That afternoon, 50 children attended a children's program at the Whitefields compound with games, music, a story, candy, and lots of hugs and smiles. On Wednesday, we went to one of my favorite places, the elderly care facility. About 30 men and women gathered to sing, hear a message, have prayer, and play games. What fun we had with pool noodles and balloons. The laughter was abundant. We left food for the residents, and the staff expressed their appreciation for all we brought and did for them. The next day, we went to the jungle school. This was our first time here, and it was quite impressive. 160 children, grades kindergarten through 12, attend a school built into the side of a mountain. The 122 steps to the top with classrooms on different levels was an experience just to view. The band director led the band in a couple of renditions for us. The kids were engaged in the VBS music and skit, along with the 10 teachers to whom we gave an abundance of school supplies and food bags. The next stop was a children's home with 21 children. Many have been rescued from the streets or from abusive homes. David is the founder of the home. He is 86 years old, from California, a retired scientific engineer with the Dole Corporation, who came to Honduras 30 years ago and saw the need. He established both the home and the jungle school to educate the children that have been rescued. We had a beautiful time with these children, singing, dancing, sharing, giving gifts, and providing food. One of the joys we have is giving to those who serve. Alan and Vicki Skelton of Whitefields Missions choose young boys to train, to give opportunity for a better life, and to sponsor their education. They blessed us as we watched them work, cleaning the grounds, carrying luggage, and loading and unloading the bus. They are being shown and trained in good character and, of course, about God. There is hope for them. There were so many physical and emotional needs that God brought to our attention. What we do seems insignificant, yet we go, believing God uses us to speak a kind word, touch a hurting heart, bring a little joy, and provide food and clothing. We plant some seed, water others, and believe God will give the increase.